Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to the Jay Stein and the Stock Market Entertainment Show. Where to begin? This morning, I had predicted based on a few different metrics that we were going to have a pretty flat day. I don't have a crystal ball, but I was right. So let's just break it down. The 10-year was lower. 1.611. The dollar was lower, 0.36, and crude was up, 1.29. So with all of those in play, the market should have gone up. But I think the market was hesitant because of the FOMC, which turned out to be pretty much a nothing burger. It made it gave it a little bit of price action in the overall, broader markets. But when it was all said and done, it pretty much stayed flat. But there's definitely plenty to talk about. So let's get into it. Tilray, right off the bat, for all you potheads out there, or for people that just like to invest in marijuana stocks, it took a major jump up. I love Tilray. I think it's one of the best in breed in terms of its price point and its capability of what they can actually do with their infrastructure and just the companies that they're going to continue to acquire. They're a big time player. So let's see if it can keep up tomorrow. I'd love to see it. And hopefully, if the conditions are right, I can hop on it. There was a couple other trades out there that I talked about that I'm not even going to mention because they're inconsequential. Now, let's talk about some cryptocurrencies. All right. Bitcoin, it did close, well, I wouldn't say close, but at the closing bell of the stock market, it's above 55,000. In fact, it's about to hit 56,000 as we speak, which means all of the altcoins are also picking up traction, which is good for me and you if you're holding cryptocurrencies. So my little conundrum that I'm in is Coinbase. Somebody please fill me in on why Coinbase isn't shooting back up. Well, I wouldn't even say shooting back up. Why won't it freaking reverse and go back or go up? At least to its IPO price. I hate to broadcast my positions, but I thought I was being smart with Coinbase, right? I averaged into it, and it's not a good situation for me right now. But it's a long-term hold. I don't plan on trading it. I plan on holding it. It's just I would expect that to a degree, Coinbase would have similar price actions to crypto, like it should be correlated. But at this point, I'm just not sure. But in the world of crypto, we've got people like Mark Cuban, okay, Kevin O'Leary, otherwise known as Mr. Wonderful, okay, coming out. Obviously, Elon Musk, and he's hosting Saturday Night Live, which I was making fun of yesterday, but something tells me he's going to be promoting crypto. And there's a little rumor floating around that Mark Zuckerberg is going to announce that Facebook has a large holding in Bitcoin. And like I said, it's a rumor, but it comes from a pretty credible source. But yeah, like I said, it's just a rumor. Anyway, so oil went on a run. It did. 1.35 is where it's at now, which gave the oil and gas operating companies and those ETFs a great little run today. And then even in fact, the oil and gas service companies, which don't normally trade as they don't yield quite the same as the producers do, but they both ran very, very nicely. So hopefully you were able to get on that on time, or, maybe tomorrow oil keeps going up and we get to, $65, $68, $70 in the next few weeks, because the leveraged ETFs that I play with, they are super, super risky, and you can lose a lot of money. Trust me, I have, but I've also made a lot of money off of them too. So do a little research, see what you feel comfortable with if you want to play with oil and gas ETFs. But oil and gas is really finicky. A million different things could happen that could cause the price to go up and down. And it's also important to note that these oil and gas operating companies and these ETFs don't always correlate with the price of oil. So you really got to be careful. Again, you can make a lot of money. It's very enticing, but at the same time, you gotta use caution and definitely set hard stops. I mean, you have to. Anyways, so for the stocks on my little watch list today, okay, let's just start off. NBIX. All right. I almost wanted to just take it off of the list, but at the end of the day, it came back up, and now it's testing that resistance level one more time. Now, on Monday, it broke through it, but then it went back down and held it as support until today, and it dropped it. That I did not like. However, again, at the end of the day, it came back up to that resistance point. So let's see what it does tomorrow. Regardless, it's still within the channel, on the upper end of the channel, and that resistance point and the upper end of that channel are not too far off. So let's see what it can do. AMD, I don't know. And I feel, a little dumbfounded because I was so excited about it over the last few days, and not just because of the earnings, but because of the technical setup. And then, of course, the earnings and the fact that it is best in breed. That's inarguable. So yeah, I'm a little dumbfounded about that, but I believe it's going to recover. But if you have any opinions or insight on what happened to it today, please feel free, leave a comment and let me know, because I feel clueless. Okay, so I broke a couple of my own rules, and so we'll start off with VRTX. It definitely fell out of my parameters. My risk tolerance, it blew straight through it. The thing is, it's reporting earnings tomorrow, and I don't like to buy or hold based on earnings, but this company is pretty solid in their fundamentals. So we'll see. It's gonna make or break, but again, it fell out of my parameters. So just heads up on that one. And then MRK, they're also reporting earnings tomorrow. I let it slide. It's still technically within my parameters. It tested it, and I mean tested that support, and then came back up nominally, but came back up nonetheless. Earnings tomorrow. I strongly believe in the company and what they're doing and their capabilities in terms of the vaccine, and so on and so forth. If anybody's been watching, you know my take on that. But I did break my own rule on that, so my rule of three. So yeah, there's that. Now GOCO, I'm not happy with the way it performed, taking that 1.3% hit today. I didn't like it, and the only reason why it's still on my list is because it's within my price channel, and it's at the bottom. Now, the risk here is if it drops tomorrow, it's not going to be good. So there's a risk factor there. However, it's still in an upward channel, which I don't mind. I like the company, great numbers. I like the sector. So we'll see what happens with that. Now, Nikola, I love Nikola, but man, oh man, did it fall off this afternoon. It was, chugging along real nicely all day, and then it just said, no, I want to go down. And it ended up closing almost 2% down, 1.7 to be exact. So that didn't make me thrilled. However, it's still above my channel, and I like the company. I believe in what they're doing, and I expect there to be a little bit of volatility to it, just given the nature of the timeline that they've been public and just what they're doing in general. But we're going to keep an eye on that for sure, for sure. Frog. Again, it tested a key support level, but it is so on the line. Like, seriously. And I like the company. I like what they do. And it's a good setup, but it might be falling apart. So it is just, I mean, on that line. If it drops any bit tomorrow, it's off the list. I'm done. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm looking at it, and yeah, it's just at this point almost rolling the dice on it. Now, INCY, INCY, is actually looking really nice. It's a very nice setup, nice little pullback on it, but it closed positive, not by much today, but I wasn't expecting it to make a huge move. And it actually just made a nice little run up on the post market. But it's in a position to where it's about to shift upward if it works. And that's the big keyword, is if. Anyways, so those are the stocks that are on my little list as of right now. Trying to make sure I'm not missing anything, and I think that is about it. Aside from the Reddit stocks, which I'm not even going to get into because I'm bored with them, and if you're playing them, have fun. I hope you made money. Anyways, guys, with that said, I think that's about all I got. And as always, I hope all of you made plenty of money today, and I will talk to you later if there's anything worth talking about. Otherwise, I will see you in the morning. Take care.